You're listening to Brigade-Radio-One.
All right, here we go. Ready? Everyone ready?
Sure, let's go with that. Roger.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Cinco de Mayo's Pandemic Lockdown edition of Combat Radio. You're going to like this one because it features so many of your favorites. Not only are they some of your favorites from the work they've done in the world of both, in all worlds of entertainment, but also for the charity work they did with us last November when they starred in Combat Radio's A Christmas Carol, featuring not only their own super elite talents, but also the talent of Guns N' Roses, Quiet Riot, Typo Negative, and many others when we help social services. And just so you know, we will be doing that again. One way or the other, we will be doing that again this November. We just don't know what it looks like, but brace for impact because it's coming at you. And this Christmas, we're going to punch you in the teeth because there's going to be so much more need. So please welcome everyone's favorites, plural, Roger Craig Smith, the voice of Captain America, Sonic, and so many others, and Bill Salyers, Rigby from Regular Show. He's also Doc Ock from Spider-Man, and a combined 1,500 credits. How are you guys?
Yeah, we do have a combined 1,500 credits, but let's be fair, like 1,250 of those are Roger.
I thought you were going to say like that only about 3 of them are any good.
Well, yeah, and let's see, if 1,250 of them, and I would say only about 1,248 of them. Well, actually, I say 2 out of them are different characters. The rest are just the same, like slacker voice, but a different, taco vendor, video store guy, food truck delivery dude. Hey, Ethan,
and sometimes all in the same episode of Regular Show.
What is it with you and Christmas and violence? I mean, it was napalm Christmas last year, and now we're gonna kick people in the teeth with our Christmas charity stuff. What's going on, buddy?
Well, I think what it is actually is just my intention. I can't contain it. I just get revved up and it's full throttle. And when it comes to helping people, it's like, this is going to be a bulldozer of Christmas epicness. There's no small octane with me when it comes to trying to help social services. So unfortunately, it's napalm from the sky.
But who
Roger,
hurt you at
Roger,
Christmas? Am I right?
You know that phrase, slash and burn?
Yeah.
Ethan's like slash and love.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's just
I'm not gonna ease up on this because I think we're gonna uncover something someday. We're gonna get a Mai Tai in him, at some point, and then we're gonna find out that he didn't get the BB gun that he wanted at Christmas because you shoot your eye out, and that he's literally that's why he just associates Christmas with like some
violence.
We're gonna hit you in the face with dirt clods this Christmas. It's just gonna be the greatest charitable event. We're gonna literally put you in a headlock. As soon as the walls start coming in and everything's getting narrower and you're about ready to pass out, bam! That's when we hit you with charity.
And that, baby, is how we get it done. Right there, we put you in a headlock and we deliver Christmas to the kids.
Yeah.
There's a couple of points I want to mention. Yes, I guess I would say I combine Christmas and violence in some sort of way. 2, you mentioned Mai Tai, and I would like to point out that today's episode is sponsored by Sauza Tequila, and it is Cinco de Mayo. So we're going to be ready to go momentarily. I mean, it's after 10. It's a late start for me.
Yeah.
But what I did want to say, though, is, when it comes to this kind of thing, we're going to win. We're going to, not to sound like Fox News, but we're going to win the battle of Christmas in terms of a social services standpoint. But I will say, it's quite candidly, quite honestly, if it wasn't for you guys, I don't think a lot of the good work we did would have gotten done. You guys were both heroes.
You always do that, and you're the hero. We're just hero adjacent.
Yeah.
I think we know, and I think we covered this last year when we put together A Christmas Carol, that no one comes to see us. It's the Roger Craig Smith, Bill Salyers, and company that actually bring out people. And actually, to your credit, you packed the house. It was a full house.
That was a lot of fun.
It was.
Yeah.
But Ethan, you gotta understand too that it's like none of this. It's not as if all of us were sitting around as the folks that were brought in to be a part of this, saying let's all go do this. It starts with you and the concept, and then let's use the film analogy. It's like a great producer just puts a ton of people into their sort of given positions that are good at what they do, and then sits back and lets the magic unfold. And like, that's you, but it has to start with a producer who has an eye for something, saying, I want this. Let's execute this creative, collective, in your case, charitable vision. And it's like, the fact that you give too much credit to too many others when we're just sort of coming along and following your lead. So stop it with that hero stuff.
Well, too kind and too generous with compliments as always. As you can tell by this show, the way it's off to a good start is when Roger Craig Smith showers you with all kinds of compliments, none of which we probably actually deserve. But one thing I will say, I got a surprise for people listening to this, but one thing I will say is it is going to be a napalm of Christmas. You can tell I worked for John Milius at Warner Brothers, right? There's just no way around. There's just no way around the Red Dawn, Conan the Barbarian. Factor it all into whatever you're doing. Roger, Bill, I don't know if you've heard this.
We're going to beat you to death with a Yule log.
I like it.
This Christmas.
And then we're going to auction that Yule log off for meals for the kids.
I'm going to rip off your face with Yuletide cheer, shove it down your throat.
You will get a Yule log, which is a murder device implemented in a homicide, and you'll be able to help the kids. God bless America. God bless us, everyone.
Roger, do me a favor.
Yeah.
How would Jesse Ventura sell it?
Okay.
Right now, your government is doing things that you can't even imagine. There are black helicopters waiting to drop upon you the napalm of charity and Christmas. I'm not even doing the accent very good.
My favorite thing about him now is he's always calling into places, talking about how off the grid he is, that he's just off the grid, but he's on all these technology shows. I want to do some parody where it's like, it's just him in the background.
I live completely off the... Hang on one sec. No. I'll tell him later. Okay. I am off the grid. I don't pay attention. Hang on one sec. Oh, look at that little puppy dog. That is a funny... I'm going to retweet that. Anyway, don't trust the internet companies.
What I love is
Jesse is failing. It's slacking. I need to go back to Frank and Chopper 6 from the regular show days and hone him in.
I don't think that impression is slacking at all. In fact, what I love is when he walks into some sort of like secured area and just starts taunting the guards there. Do you really have a UFO back? I think you do.
Yeah.
Fantastic personality.
Going from politics to all that stuff. It's and Bill, like literally one of my favorite memories of working on regular show was that where, and I'm sure you were in the session where all of a sudden JG had said they wanted to get him for a role, and they said, would you mind scratching for this? And I was like, yeah, who do you guys have in mind? Like, what's going on? Because they were like, we're going to get a celebrity. And Chris Zimmerman, our esteemed director, had said, yeah, we're going with like Jesse Ventura. And in my brain, I was never a big wrestling fan as a kid. I went to Randy Macho Man Savage. And so I started doing like, oh yeah, like that kind of thing. And JG's like, no, dude, it's the other guy. And I think Chris goes, the governor, from Minnesota.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that guy. And all of a sudden it was like, I'm looking at, JG and Chris goes, do that again.
And so I start going down this path of going like that guy.
And JG's eyes get big and he goes, yeah, we did the whole thing. And at the end, they were like, you would be funnier than he probably would be anyway. So let's just stick with this. I think they called him up. We don't need you after all, or something to that effect. I mean,
you saved them a bunch of money.
Yeah, you did.
Probably not though. I think I'm more happy to know that I took a gig away from Jesse than it is about saving them money. That's more a feather in my cap.
My buddy was Sonny Landon before he passed away. He played Billy the Indian in Predator.
Yeah.
The guy, we're all gonna die.
Yeah.
And they used to have to keep security on their trailers, Jesse's and Sonny's, to keep them from fighting each other drunk on that set.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. And that's one of the, and I size those guys up and go, maybe that's not one I get in between.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Maybe we just let that one work itself out in the wilderness. Yeah. But Ventura's a Mongol. And when we had the Mongols show up for our toy drive at A Christmas Carol with you guys, actually the first crowd there when the doors opened was the Mongols. They talked about getting Ventura down on the red carpet for us.
Like he
was off the
literally
grid.
He was literally a member.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right out of the Navy. He's had an interesting life. Like he was Navy Special Forces,
Mm-hmm.
and then he joined the Mongols. He was in the Mongols, I think, when he was in the Navy, and he was still a Mongol when he was governor. So they were going to try and get him down for us, but like I said, he was off the grid.
I'm sure he's off the grid, but looking for me. Like if you hear my doorbell ring in the background right now, it just be like, guys, I had a good run.
Right.
Go out. A blaze of glory.
You're listening to Brigade Radio 1.